Hey Boogie the Beat, how you doing?
I'm doing really good today, Don. Thank you so much for having me. How are you doing today?
You know what? I'm fantastic. I'm really excited to talk to you, and I'm wondering where in the world are you right now?
I just got home last night, so I'm in Winnipeg, where I'm based out of, Winnipeg, Manitoba. But yeah, I was in Quebec City for a little bit for some shows, and it's the life of a DJ. Just travel a little bit and get home and rest up and do a little recharging before on to the next one.
Yeah, where are you playing next?
Next, we have I gotta double check my calendar here because I always lose kind of track of things, but we got some fun shows lined up. I'm doing a couple shows with Snotty Nose Rez Kids too in Vancouver, which should be
Oh,
really dope. Yeah, yeah, and then a couple shows in Ontario for Up Here and Riverfest. That should be really fun. And
beautiful.
then yeah, and then I think we're chilling out for a bit until Breakout West, and yeah, we'll just keep it going from there.
Amazing, amazing. Did you grow up in Winnipeg?
Yes, I did. Born and raised for sure.
Amazing. I always find like Winnipeg has some of the best of the world's musicians and creators. I'm like, what's happening in Winnipeg? Why is everyone in Winnipeg so cool? Maybe you can speak to that.
Absolutely. The community, well, the music community has always been, super supportive of each other. I started off in the rap hip hop scene here in Winnipeg.
Hmm.
So, as a young beat maker, 16, 17, 18 years old, I was just kind of, trying to find my way musically and see where this journey takes me. And I was fortunate enough to be surrounded by, an indigenous hip hop community that supported me and actually, started financially, buying my beats and hiring me
Yeah.
for DJ gigs and that sort of thing. And I just went from there.
Oh, that's beautiful. Um, what you know, what is it about hip hop that drew you to the art form?
I think just growing up, I was always drawn to, beats that were made by like Dr. Dre and all these, Notorious B.I.G., Tupac, all the, kind of old school hip
Hmm.
hop heads. But I was never a musician, so to speak. I was just kind of a fan of music, right? A fan of rap and
Hmm.
hip hop. And it wasn't until I got to high school here in Winnipeg where I enrolled in this one class called recording technology. And essentially, they
Wow.
just taught us how to sit down at a computer and make your own music. And from there, I was, there every lunch hour and going there after school. And I was hooked from there. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, and eventually, I invested a bit more in myself and got my own computer and bought my own programs and that sort of thing.
Yeah. I think feel like there's something about hip hop that, in my mind, makes it like the music of the people. It's very accessible. You don't have to have the written knowledge of like music and quarter notes and stuff. You just like a feeling, and you can pull things together and still have a means to express yourself. So I think that's really beautiful. Little Boogie the Beat was already doing that. So your album Cousins is debuting on our chart at number 10. And can you tell me a little bit about the album? Like, first of all, where did the title come from?
So the title came from one of the tracks on the album, which is called Cousins. And that track features T Rhyme and Equal, two amazing Indigenous female rappers, hip hop. Again, we go back to that story of hip hop where I'd send out beats to, different friends, and it's just like, I'm trying to put together an album. I'm not sure who wants to be on it. If you want to be on it, then
Yeah.
just see what you can make. It was kind of an open format in the beginning. I
Hmm.
think I had this, a folder of beats that I just sent out to different artists. And if they liked it, that's cool. If not, then maybe we can try something else, or, I could do something for their album, that kind of thing. But when T Rhyme and Equal sent me back that track, I was like, yeah, this is it. It's about family, it's about
Yeah.
community, and it's about cousins, right? Especially in Indigenous community, we call everyone our cousin, even though
Yeah.
we're not blood related, right?
Yeah.
They're like, hey, come on, cousin, let's go.
Yeah.
And that's just again, that sense of community and family that we have, or that I have on this album. So I'm super grateful for all my cousins on the album who were able to, give me some tracks.
Yeah, yeah. I love that. I love that. I grew up, I'm from the Caribbean culture, and everyone is your auntie, everyone is your uncle, everyone is your cousin, and I feel like it creates this sort of like really beautiful feeling when you're growing up, because it means like you're never alone. Everyone is around you, and they see you when you're doing bad things. They they see you when you're doing well, and they lift
They
you up.
sure do.
Yeah.
They sure do.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
lift you up in all ways, and it's beautiful. That's really cool, and that's exciting. I love just how you're talking about the album. Um, when you were pulling together, and creating beats, like how do you create a beat? Like where do you find your inspiration from?
So it depends track to track. So like the first song on the album's called Bangishamon, and we started that off in a recording studio with a drum group called Southern Thunderbird Medicine Drum.
Oh yeah,
So from
that's right.
there, I just wanted like an all-female powwow drum group just to capture that energy. And I just said, there was no kind of format I was going for. It was just let's have fun. Let's
Hmm.
create some of that environment where we could, inspire each other and just, have fun with it. So I take those samples here to my, basement recording studio, and where I put together most of the beats. And
Hmm.
yeah, for the most part, that's pretty much how it goes. Or I'll start a beat from here, just from scratch, and then I'll just email it out. We'll kind of go back and forth to see, what works, what doesn't work. But for the most part, they're all amazing artists and amazing drum groups that, I didn't have to do much. I just kind of took something, of their samples and that sort of thing, and created something new. And I hope, people are enjoying it.
Yeah, well, definitely. They definitely are. Boogie the Beat, I want to thank you for your time and for your heart and your talent. It's been a real pleasure to chat with you today. And I'm just excited for all the great things that are coming your way.
Thank you so much, Don. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, anytime. I think I want to play Cousins from your album. So this is Cousins by Boogie the Beat, the best Boogie the Beat, and his album called Cousins, which is number 10, debuting at number 10 on CKUA's Top
All
30 chart.
right. Take care.